Dear students, today we will discuss organohalogen compounds. I am Dr. S. Ramakrishna, working as lecturer in chemistry, Government Degree College Men, Srikakulam. Organohalogen compounds, these are organic compounds which contain at least one halogen. We know that halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Organohalogen compounds can be classified into alkyl halides, alkynyl halides, aryl halides. In the case of alkyl halides, the halogen is directly attached with sp3 hybridized carbon. In the case of alkynyl halides, the halogen is directly attached with sp2 hybridized carbon of alkene. In the case of aryl halides, the halogen is directly attached with the sp2 hybridized carbon of benzene ring. Again, these alkyl halides can be classified into methyl halide, primary alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide, and tertiary alkyl halide. If you take methyl halide, the halogen X is directly attached with the methyl group. In primary alkyl halide, the halogen is directly attached with the carbon which is attached with one alkyl group. It means the halogen is attached with primary carbon. In the case of secondary halides, the halogen is attached with the secondary carbon. Secondary carbon means it is attached with two alkyl groups. In the case of tertiary alkyl halide, the halogen is directly attached with the tertiary carbon, that is, which is attached with three alkyl groups. Then, what are the reactions of alkyl halides? The characteristic reactions of alkyl halides are nucleophilic substitution reactions and elimination reactions. Let us take nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides. Why alkyl halides exhibit nucleophilic substitution reactions? First reason is that the bond, the carbon halogen bond is polar. Let us take a CX bond. Here there is an electronegativity difference between carbon and halogen. Halogen is more electronegative. Carbon is less electronegative. So halogen gets partial negative charge. Carbon gets partial positive charge. Here, carbon is the reaction center. Since the reaction center is positively charged center, there is a possibility of attack of negatively charged nucleophile. And the second reason is that halides are better leaving groups. If you compare any group with halides, halides are very better leaving groups. That's why alkyl halides exhibit nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, this is the representation of nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides. This is the alkyl halide. This is the nucleophile. Here there is a reaction between alkyl halide and nucleophile. You will get nucleophile substituted derivative, and you will get leaving group as a byproduct. These are some examples of nucleophilic substitution reactions. Here you have many alkyl halides. Here these are some nucleophiles. You are getting different products, different functional groups. You can prepare alcohols, you can prepare thioalcohols, you can prepare ethers based on nucleophile. So alkyl halides are very, very important in the conversion of alkyl halides into different functional groups. And what are the types of nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides? You can classify into SN1, SN2, and SNI. Okay, this classification is based on kinetics and reaction mechanism. Here 1 means, here the 1, 2, these two numbers represent molecularity of the reaction. You know that molecularity is the number of molecules which are participating at rate determining step, that is the slowest step. If you take SN1 reaction, in SN1 case, at rate determining step, there is a participation of only one molecule. That's why the molecularity of the reaction is 1. So it is named as unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. In the case of SN2, there is a participation of two reactant molecules at a rate determining step. That's why it is called as bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reactions. Okay, another type is intramolecular. There is a attack of nucleophile within the molecule. Nucleophile from the within the molecule. That's why it is called as SNI. Let us take SN2 reaction. Okay, here two means there is a participation of two reactant molecules at rate determining step. That's why the rate of the reaction depends on both the concentration of alkyl halide and nucleophile. And it's a bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. It follows concerted mechanism. What is the meaning of concerted mechanism? There is a bond breaking and bond formation takes place simultaneously. Means it's a single step reaction, you can say. And there is a formation of 5 coordinator transition state. There is no intermediate. And there is a Walden inversion. It is also called as umbrella inversion. Here, there is an inversion of configuration at the reaction center will be taking place. It was identified by the Walden. That's why it is named as Walden inversion. And there is no racemization, means you will get only single enantiomer. There is no mixture of two enantiomers. Let us take a mechanism of SN2 reaction. So this is the mechanism of SN2 reaction. This is the nucleophile. This nucleophile attacks on the reaction center, and there is a formation of pentacoordinator transition state. Okay, in this case, the sp3 hybridized carbon converts into sp2 hybridized carbon, and in this case, you can find 3 real bonds and also 2 imaginary bonds. That's why it is a hypothetical molecule. There is no existence of transition state. This transition state decomposed into nucleophile substituted product, and there is a leaving group. Again, this sp2 hybridized carbon will be converting into sp3 hybridized carbon. So finally, sp3 will be converting into sp2. sp2 will be converting into sp3 in the case of SN2 mechanism. And what is the energy profile diagram of SN2? What is the energy profile diagram? So energy profile diagram contains a reaction coordinate on x-axis, potential energy on y-axis. In this diagram, you can find a curve. In this curve, on left side you can find reactant molecules. On right side you can find products. And this is the peak, highest energy. This peak represents the transition state of the reaction. So these are reactants, this is the transition state, these are the products. And what is the stereochemistry of the reaction, SN2 reaction? Okay, the SN2 reaction, already we have discussed, there is a Walden inversion or umbrella inversion. This is a stereochemistry of SN2 reaction. Here, nucleophile attacks on the reaction center from back side to the leaving group, not front side. What is the reason? Here, Vr minus has negative charge, OH minus is also negative. So there is a repulsion between Vr minus and OH minus. That's why there is no front side attack. There is a back side attack of nucleophile to the leaving group. Here there is a formation of pentacoordinator transition state. Here there is an inversion of reaction center. This inversion is called as Walden inversion or umbrella inversion. And what are the factors which can affect SN2 reaction? First one is the nature of alkyl halide. Second one is nature of nucleophile. Third one is nature of solvent or solvation effect. Let us take nature of alkyl halide. If you take nature of alkyl halide, the methyl halides are very reactive towards SN2 reaction when compared with primary, secondary, and tertiary. What is the reason? Let us take reaction center of alkyl halides. At this, you will find three small hydrogen atoms. But in the case of primary, you will find one bulky methyl group, two less bulky hydrogens. In the case of secondary, you will find two bulky alkyl groups. In the case of tertiary, you can find three bulky alkyl groups. In SN2 reaction, steric factors influence the rate of the reaction. More the hindrance of the group which is attached to the reaction center, less the reactivity. So in the case of tertiary, there is no approach of nucleophile onto the reaction center. That's why tertiary alkyl halides cannot exhibit SN2 reaction. This is the order of SN2 reaction. Methyl is highly reactive. Next, primary. Secondary, it's very difficult, a little bit difficult. In tertiary case, there is no SN2 type of reaction. And second one, nature of halogen. Suppose if you take alkyl halides, a different you can take different alkyl halides. This is the methyl bromide, which one exhibits the highest rate of SN2 reaction. As the size of alkyl halides increases, there is a decrease in rate of the reaction. And the next one is leaving group. You know that as the acidity of acidity of hydrogen halides increases, the leaving ability of its conjugate base decreases. So here F minus is a strong base and I minus is weak base. There is an inverse relationship between leaving ability and basicity. More the basic, less the leaving ability. Less the basic, more the leaving ability. That's why I minus is more, I minus has more leaving capability when compared with Br minus, Cl minus, F minus. You can say I minus is best leaving group among the halides. That's why the rate of the reaction will follows Ri greater than, Rbr greater than, Rcl greater than Rf in the case of alkyl halides. The next one, nature of nucleophile. Stronger the nucleophile, more the rate of SN2 reaction. Okay, the strength of nucleophile is measured in terms of nucleophilicity. What is nucleophilicity? Nucleophilicity is the rate at which nucleophile can attack on the positively charged center or electrophilic center. More the rate, more the attacking nature of nucleophile, more the nucleophilicity of the nucleophile. Let us consider, let us take nucleophilicity of different nucleophiles. Suppose if we take negatively charged nucleophiles and its neutral nucleophiles, negatively charged nucleophiles are more nucleophilic than neutral nucleophiles. OH minus is more nucleophilic than H2O. So OH minus, the rate of SN2 reaction of OH minus is greater than H2O. Similarly, HS minus is greater than H2S and H2 minus is greater than NH3. And second one is, if you take a group, if you take a period from left to right, if you take anions of elements of elements of periodic table elements, from left to right, there is a decrease in basicity or decrease in nucleophilicity, not basicity, decrease in nucleophilicity. Suppose if you take oxygen and OH minus and F minus, OH minus is more nucleophilic than F minus. NH2 minus is even more nucleophilic than OH minus. And CH3 minus is more nucleophilic than NH2 minus, OH minus, and F minus. So, in periods, there is a decrease in nucleophilicity from left to right. In the groups, there is a increase in nucleophilicity with increase in size. So I minus is more nucleophilic than Br minus. Br minus is more nucleophilic than Cl minus. F minus is least nucleophilic. Suppose if the atom is same, suppose the nucleophilic atom is same, then the nucleophilicity is parallel to the basicity of the nucleophiles. This is the basicity order. RO minus is greater than OH minus. RCO2 minus is greater than ROH. ROH is greater than H2O. So RO minus is more nucleophilic. So it can exhibit SN2 reaction with high rate when compared with OH minus. Then nature of solvent. These are some nucleophiles. You can classify into strong nucleophiles, moderate nucleophiles, and weak nucleophiles. And next one is nature of solvents. You can classify solvents into polar solvents and non-polar solvents. Non-polar solvents are not suitable for the SN2 type of reactions. So what is the reason? Not only SN2, generally for nucleophilic substitution reactions, non-polar solvents are not suitable. What is the reason? Here, nucleophiles will not be dissolved in non-polar solvents. So you have to take organic polar solvents. Again, organic polar solvents can be classified into polar protic solvents and polar aprotic solvents. In the case of polar protic solvents, the hydrogen is directly attached with more electronegative elements such as fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen, and oxygen. In presence of polar protic solvents, the nucleophile will be solvated to form hydrogen bonds with the polar protic solvents, and there is a decrease in nucleophilicity of nucleophile. That's why polar protic solvents are not suitable for the SN2 type of reactions. Suppose if you take polar aprotic solvents, in the case of polar aprotic solvents, since the hydrogen is directly attached with carbon, these hydrogens will not form hydrogen bonds with the nucleophiles, so there is no decrease in nucleophilicity of the nucleophile. So you can use polar aprotic solvents for SN2 reactions. Okay, these are some solvents. Okay, this one is polar protic solvent. H2 also polar protic solvents. In presence of polar protic solvents, the SN2 type of reactions will exhibit slow rate. These are polar aprotic solvents. In presence of polar aprotic solvents, SN2 type of reactions have more rate of reaction. So polar aprotic solvents are better solvents for the SN2 type of reactions. Okay, in the next class we will discuss SN1 reaction. What is the mechanism of SN1 reaction? What is the stereochemistry of SN1 reaction? What are the factors which can influence SN1 reaction? Thank you.